Karen James, standing for the Harlow Alliance Party here in the ward of Staple Tye. Your first time standing, so why stand for Harlow Council?
Well, good question, Michael. I've always voted, but I've never felt drawn beyond that to join a party. But I just, over the past year or so, things are happening in Harlow that I'm just really struggling to make sense of. So I was just getting more involved, I suppose, politically engaged than I've ever been. And I reached a point I thought I've got to do something. I didn't know exactly what. I started looking at what was already happening in Harlow. Because obviously, you only have to look around to see the level of development. It's going up so fast. The big housing developments that are coming, just overwhelming to a lot of people, including myself. So I did my research, I looked around, I was quite shocked. There was one party who actually did the land deal for some of the big developments that are happening. The other party, I don't comprehend how you can have a chair in the council chamber and then also have a chair on the housing development company. So all of those things just took me on a journey. I just wanted common sense. I just wanted somebody to be talking about Harlow, to be talking in terms that I could understand about why we are where we are, because it's obvious there's so many things in Harlow aren't working correctly.
So we are standing on Rye Hill Road. There's a field behind you, but some of the fields that we're referring to,
yes,
a bit like my previous interview, are not in Harlow, are they? But they're like Latin Priory. It's getting
Priory
at Bearcroft. That's going to have a huge impact on the people of Harlow.
Absolutely massive impact. And I think, again, it's one of those things, it's difficult to comprehend how local opinion, although there are lots of surveys and lots of tick box exercises, local opinion is so opposed to a lot of the developments that are happening, and yet they are still happening. So in terms of Latin Priory, there are 1,500 homes planned for a field just up the road. There will be one route in, one route out. The route connects to the M11 and will connect into Rye Hill Road. And even with HGGT's best statistics, they're hoping that only 40% of private car users will use the route in and out. But 40% of 1,500 homes is 600 cars just using Rye Hill Road as the means into Harlow and up to the M11. In terms of noise pollution, air pollution, Harlow isn't. It's the infrastructure just isn't there. And if we're talking infrastructure, then we're also looking at medical centres. There's no separate medical centre being built.
What is the term they've used in that development? They haven't said GP surgery, have they?
There is no facility. Apparently there was consultation, and whoever said that possibly they didn't need medical facilities, but we all know that to get a GP appointment in Harlow at the moment is really difficult. So if you add into the mix another 1,500 homes just on Latin Priory, it just screams to me that the infrastructure's not there.
And this is I interviewed one of the residents at John Galatia a couple of months ago. The road was busy then, and you can tell now it's what are we, Wednesday morning? It should be, you can feel cars coming.
Yeah, and that's without all the HGVs and all the unauthorised vehicles that already use the road. Once they've made it's an authorised route, all of that traffic coming through here, going to Broxbourne, that will all be coming down Rye Hill Road. Now there's we haven't seen the outline planning plans yet, but there is no facility being made to increase the width of the road or anything like that. So all of this traffic coming into Rye Hill Road has to go past the schools. We're at St James's School at the bottom here. Then there are schools all along the road. Every other filter road will be used by all this traffic coming through Harlow. And again, I was trying to make sense of all of that, which I'm still trying to do.
Do you think the Harlow Alliance Party, the dedicated core of Nick and Alan, do you think it's the type of party that needs 11 candidates across the town to really get their message across? And is that achievable?
It is. I would say if I am here today, I'm not experienced in the huge realm of political things, but I'm here standing because I'm compelled to do something. And I would say to every person, the first most important thing is to vote. Secondly, do your research. Choose which party you want to be part of. You don't have to stand, but join, make a difference.
And do you feel Harlow's at a crossroads in many ways, whether it's 1847 Fields, 1947 New Towns Act, 2047, it's important that the people, 93,000 and rising, take ownership of it.
Absolutely. I think there's so much opposition to what is happening, and I'll say, as in my opinion, the parties that should be delivering on what the residents of Harlow are asking for, are seeking, are worried about, I don't see it happening. So I think if there was ever a time to get behind parties which aren't the main two players, it is now. Even before next year, I think it's this year. I think it's time to make that stand, to get to know how it all works, so that you can choose how we want Harlow to be in that 10 years' time.
So it is good to see you. You know, we said over the years have just been Nick and Alan as actually standing, but there's a team here somewhere, isn't there?
Absolutely is, and you know, I know that I, standing here today, I have the full backing of Nick and Alan. So if elected, then it's not just about my inexperience, about the experience of the Harlow Alliance Party in itself, all the members behind. And I would say that was also one of the things that led me to Harlow Alliance, is the fact that over the years they have been the ones that have been highlighting and raising the alarm about what is happening, and it's happening now. So, you know, at a time when maybe other parties were saying, nothing to worry about, nothing to see here, actually there was, and we're seeing it now.